So what about we jump in and take a bite out of the giant sandwich, which is WrestleMania Night 1.
All right.
First match up, fellas. What have we got to say about that?
It was Shinsuke Nakamura with his guitar-playing buddy, Rick Boogs, versus...
Was it Night 1? That one? Was it?
Yep, first match.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Versus the Usos for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships.
Well, the Usos have held the belts as of that night for 257 consecutive days. Maybe I'm a bit old school, and I don't want to really be negative because, but you remember back in the day, absolutely no wrestler ever went into a ring with any chains and jewelry and this on. And the Usos, first thing I noticed, they got those huge, big, heavy chains. One had gold, one had silver, and you're wrestling with these chains. Now, the reason used to be that, you don't want to cause any damage or injury to anyone or anything like that, but I don't know why I didn't like that walk. Now, maybe I'm just too old school, but...
No. I think it takes away... I think you're right. I think it takes away from the athlete side of things. You don't see boxers going in there or UFC fighters go in there with chains and stuff like that. I mean, they might walk in there with it as ring dress and then take it off. And back in the day, they'd take it off, ring it over the post. But no, you are right. I'll agree with you on that. Yeah.
But, and the unfortunate thing was, and the match got cut short, but that Rick Boogs, or Boogs, or whatever his name is, he injured his quadricep patella.
Yeah.
And they didn't really show him again. And then towards the end, they showed being carried out. So they obviously...
He snapped a tendon, I think.
They weren't 100% sure at that stage what it was. So it sort of left Shinsuke on his own. And I think they went home early. Look, the match was okay, was good. Not a bad opening match, but yeah,
Look, for me, you can't take Shinsuke and Boogs and Rick Boogs seriously. And I'll tell you why. They've booked them as clowns for such a long period of time, with him coming out with the guitar and all the other jazz, this and that. And actually, I'll be honest with you, Rick Boogs looks like Lisa, my far better half, right, was saying that he looks a lot like Don Fry. Remember Don Fry, the UFC fighter, that badass, right?
I don't know him, but...
this guy was a seriously bad man. Don Fry doesn't do what Don Fry doesn't want to do. That kind of dude, right? He's a seriously tough dude. He looks like Don Fry. He looks like a guy that'll kick your ass, right? And Rick Boogs looks like that. And they put him with this guitar gimmick and everything else. If you just... I like the trunks. I would, maybe they're a bit bland. He needs to do a little bit more to the trunks to, make him stand out a bit more. But this guy looks like he'll kick someone's ass.
He's seriously built. Like he's super, super strong.
As far as the Usos, I'm tired of seeing them. Yeah. I've got to that point where they've been around 268 days or whatever it is, consecutive. I am tired of seeing them. Every match is the same. Nothing changes.
But there's a part of the bigger story because of the whole bloodline thing, and they need to keep them all as champs.
I know that, but where does it become from being heel heat because they hate you, or heel heat they just hate seeing you anymore? Yeah. This is the question. I think it's the question. Maybe WWE, whoever's writing out there, booking out there, maybe need to start look at them because they need to put a face team over. I'm not saying Shinsuke and Boogs, but another team that is good, a good face team, other than the New Day, because the New Day, they've had so many runs.
Can't keep going there either.
Yeah, they need to look at that. But you're right, as an opening match, it was okay. It was fast-moving. Boogs hurt himself. They finished it quick, which was probably better in the long run than dragging it out for too long. What did you think, Anthony?
All right, so do I see something in Rick Boogs? Yes. Do I think he needs to be Shinsuke? No. But in saying that, this match kind of gave me the thought that, and we'll get onto this later, that once the Usos picked up the win, it was almost a guarantee that Reigns was going to win.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, I mean,
No.
I don't know because you're saying that now after the fact.
Yeah, like
it's like I prophesized this. No, I don't know about that. You know, we will get onto the main event later, but
Yeah.
I thought quite the opposite following the normal run of the mill of WWE procedure of what they do with champions. As I said to you on Monday night,
yeah,
I thought it would have been the other way, but obviously they swerved me and went the other way. You know, so no, I don't know. I don't know if that's a fact. I don't know. You know, but that's your opinion. That's cool.
but aside from that, this match I saw, look, did it do what it was supposed to do as the opening match of the card? Yeah, it got the crowd fired up a bit.
Yeah, I think so too. It wasn't a clusterfuck, so that all worked out well.
Yeah, so it did what it had to do. Did it have to be Shinsuke and Boogs, so? Probably not.
Oh,
Well, they were
I don't
building
know.
up for a few weeks, so yeah, it was logical that would be the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got people like Los Lotharios and like...
I did lost the Farias and that. I don't think with the Usos, this is my opinion, it'd be a good match. I don't think they gel. I think they're a little bit, you know, probably the style, there'd be a big style clash. You know, with the two, with that very lucha style.
Yeah.
The Usos are in that Islander style, so it'd be a little bit, I don't know, for me, I'm not saying I'm just my opinion of it all. And I don't know what happens in the bookers' minds at WWE. I have no idea what happens there. That's a maze that nobody may escape from what happens out there. But I thought the opener was okay. It wasn't going to blow away the card, which is what you want.
No, yeah.
It jump-started the card. I don't know what the prelim matches were, but it jump-started the card.
Well, there were no prelim matches.
Oh, okay, there you go.
What they did have was, if you recall, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Well, that got my heart started enough,
Yeah,
so that was okay, yeah.
performing to Thunderstruck, which, of course, reminds us of our great friend Psycho.
Yes.
So I thought the opening was okay. I must say, not that it has anything to do with the show, but I thought that was the worst version of America the Great I've ever heard, the national anthem.
Yeah, Anthony, you can tell them what I had to say about the singer. I'm not even going to say nothing.
Oh, man.
I don't even remember what you even said.
Where I was going mental about why. Look,
It's a
I
national
want to
anthem.
know the person that's singing. They sum this guy. I don't know who this guy is.
Never
Comes
heard
out
of it.
with a banjo and two other guitars or something and starts singing in a redneck voice, about, I don't know who this guy is. Give me Keith Urban. There's a Keith Urban. I know Keith Urban. I know him. I know him. I was like, all right, I know who this bloke is.
Well, I didn't know who the bird was on the second night either.
I didn't know who she was. No, I had no
He
idea.
was a wee bit better, but not,
I said,
Maybe they're Texans or...
this is
Yeah.
something that shits me to no end.
Yeah.
Is that they pick performers that only they know. So everyone's got to get excited about this dude, and you don't know who he is. You go, who is this guy?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the... Well, it doesn't mean much to me, the American national anthem. American, but I just thought it was the worst version I'd ever heard. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, well, as you say,
That improved
it. Was much, much better.
Should have just let them sing.
Yeah, well...
Just dance to the music would have been amazing.
Yes, well, there you go. And I didn't really have a problem with Boogs and Shinsuke. I think what happened was, that once Boogs blew his knee out, because he was trying to lift them both up, and you just saw the right knee just give, and they fell out. So, as you know, once that happens, you got to, quickly.
And once you've done that tendon, you're done.
Yeah.
You're not getting up. I saw George do it one night, and he was just done. There was no way he was going to move. That leg loses all movement together.
Yeah.
There's no strength in it or anything at all. So hopefully he's okay. He's a young guy or youngish guy.
I think
So-
he's got great upside and fantastic.
Oh, I think he has too. I think he's
I like-
a bit of a hidden gem there.
He's a wee bit like that Madcap Moss, but better. Because he's a big, strong
Yeah.
guy who's probably not being utilised properly. Who's
Yeah, this is
we're
true.
going to talk about. But they've found a couple of guys that look the part.
Yeah,
Um,
but ridiculous, always ridiculous gimmicks. Like
Yeah.
always ridiculous gimmicks. You know, like Madcap. He looks like a real athlete. You know, but what they got him stuck in at the moment. You know.
well, yeah, that's the next match. So we'll talk about that because I've got a wee bit to say about that.
Okay.
And I don't want to come across as super negative or anything because there was a lot of positives in this whole pay-per-view. But what did we score that first match?
I gave it a 5, halfer.
Yeah?
I gave it a halfer.
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay, well, I was a bit like Mike. I was 5. I mean, it was good, and I think it might have been better had it gone the full distance
Yeah.
the way it was supposed to, but we're never really going to know. We're really going to